What up, Craftletics? Today we are making Reggie Rocket skateboard from Rocket Power. Now in a previous video we did do Auto's board. I'll put a link in the description where you can find that, but this is all about Reggie. Now this is part 2 of our series. We're doing all 4 decks from the Rocket Power crew. Let's hop into it. It's Craftletics. Alright, so I'll put links down below in the description to what I use or something similar. Now, just like in our previous video, we want to remove all of the picture hanging stuff from the front of our board. Then we want to use painter's tape to tape off the edges. That should look something like this. Next, we're going to add a little caulk to fill in those holes. Then we want to make sure we use our fingers to smooth it out. Should have something that looks like this. Now, we can head on out and we can hit it with a little paint and primer. And you should have something that looks like this when everything's dry. Okay, next we want to grab our printout and we want to use our X-Acto knife and we want to remove the eye out of the center of our printout. Then we can take our scissors and we can cut the triangle part out. Now I'll leave a link down below where you can download these files for free. Now we want to line our triangle to the top center of our board. You can use a little tape to hold it down. Okay, next we can take a couple pieces of our painter's tape and we can trace our eye onto our painter's tape and cut that bad boy out. Now we can place it sticky side down in the center of our triangle. Make sure we give it a little rub so no paint comes through. Then we can head outside and hit it with our spray paint. Now that everything's dry, here's what we got. Now we can bring our triangle back over, grab our pencil, and we can start tracing the sides. Don't trace the bottom. Next, let's add some painter's tape along the lines that we just traced. Then we can add more painter's tape to tape off the rest of the area. Next, we can add a single piece of painter's tape along the center, just kind of eyeballing it. Next, we can grab some paper or more painter's tape to just cover up that bottom half of our board because we don't want to get paint on that. Once it's covered to your liking, we can head back out and we can hit it with our yellow spray paint. Now here's the moment of truth. We're going to remove that painter's tape and see what those lines looking like. Woo, them things looking crisp. We can also remove the tape eyeball from the top of our board. Now let's grab our eye cutout that we did earlier and we can use our scissors to kind of cut that eyelid part off. Next, we can take our lid and we can trace it onto our board. Let's grab the rest of our cutout and we can use our X-Acto knife to remove that pupil from it. Then we can line everything up and trace the pupil onto our board. Next, we want to add another piece of painter's tape to our board like this. Then we can take our pencil and we can trace the outside of that painter's tape. Next, I grabbed some red and yellow paint and I mixed it to get the color that I was looking for. And now we can start painting. I painted the inside of the lines we just traced first. And then we also want to paint the inside of that eyelid the same color. And when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Next, we want to grab our paint pen and we want to start outlining our board. First, I started with the top center, then the area we just painted. Finally, I hit the eyeball and making sure we filled in the pupil. Now let's grab a ruler and our pencil and we can start adding lines up and down our board. This will be our wood grain. Finally, we can go over those wood grain lines with our paint pen. And the last step, we can hit it with some spray gloss. And here is the finished product, y'all. It turned out really good. Now, if you like this video, please consider hitting that like and that share button. Follow Craftletics on our socials, y'all. Head over to Rules and Rogues. We got stuff over there. And like that, this will be the end. Peace.